Hey everyone, this is like the third time I've tried to record this video because the audio keeps sucking because I'm like right next to the camera. But I've been wanting to make this video ever since Ozzy Osbourne passed away. And it's like, of course, top 15 Black Sabbath songs. Black Sabbath was a band that I listened to in my youth at the same time that I was listening to bands like Led Zeppelin, like Pink Floyd, and what else? I can't even remember. But they're one of the few bands from that time period that I think holds up, not only just as good when I was a kid, but even better. They were so ahead of their time, their instrumentation philosophy, and I'm sure you can hear me say that over and over. But, I could talk about them all day, and my original drafts of this video were so elongated and obnoxious that I'm like, not going to make y'all suffer through that, so without further ado, I'm just going to jump into it. Number 15 is Junior's Eyes from Never Say Die. Now, this track, this album is one that not many people care about, including myself. I think the latter, weird, stupid jazz fusion bits are just pointless. Have nothing to do with Black Sabbath at all. But this track is, I really like it because it has all those doom elements that people love about Black Sabbath, but it's also very sorrowful. It's almost, I don't know. There's this really genuine place that it feels like it's coming with the vocals, which is kind of odd considering the lyrics weren't even made for Ozzy to sing. They were from some guy in this band, Savoy Brown. He was also in Fleetwood Mac for a little bit. But despite that, when Ozzy sings it, it's just like a huge cry for help. And yet, again, it's like tears are going down my face. I'm still like, oh god, yes, I love this groove. And I'll tell you, I was listening to this track today in the car, and I already had a really shitty day at work, and I was hearing these lyrics, I was hearing these words, and it was just really getting to me. I feel like this is one where, unlike some other Black Sabbath tracks, as great as the lyrics are, the focus really is on the guitar and on the drums. But here, it's just almost like the vocals and the melody are the main instrument above the guitars backing it. Again, the inverse is usually what most people think of with Black Sabbath, but regardless, I was driving, and again, I already had a shitty day, and there was this ambulance at the end of a stoplight, and there was this guy in his car. He was outside of his car, and his friend was there, passed out, or I didn't even know if he was alive, and it just gave this huge, just bleak perspective that almost matched the song, and it just made it hit that much harder. Fantastic little ballad, little rockin' track. Again, just shows their emotional dynamic. Number 14 is Get a Grip. Get a Grip from Forbidden. Yes, Forbidden, the one that no one likes. I think this track is fantastic. It's more of this punk rock approach. It just comes in for a few minutes, beats you up, and then leaves. But man, if those guitars aren't as fantastic as anything that Tony Iommi has done with Ozzy Osbourne, I don't know what the hell is. There's not much more I can say about it other than it's just a great groove, great little rocker, front to back. It just hits all the right spots for me. Tony Martin is so underrated. People don't talk about him. I think he's much better than Ronnie James Dio. I really don't like Ronnie James Dio. I mean, Tony Martin sings a lot more like Ozzy Osbourne because, I don't know, it's just more of this just one note and this melody kind of going slowly up and down rather than just these very shit that Ronnie James Dio does. I can't sing right now, I can't be way too loud, but you know what I mean. I feel like Tony Martin has that similar Ozzy approach with his vocals. But God, fantastic. Definitely check it out if you ever heard that Forbidden sucks, just check out this track, it's great. Number 13 is A National Acrobat from Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I really like this one because it's esoteric, it's really spiritual, and a lot of Black Sabbath tracks are based in reality, but this one, I don't know, it just activates my imagination on the same level as an artist like Yoko Ono, with Tony Iommi's just amazing use of distorted pentatonic scales, way better than anything, Jimmy Page or Led Zeppelin have done. I think it's great. Not much more I can say about it outside of things that I've already said, and I'm probably going to be repeating myself over and over. I'm trying not to do that, but just the drums are so funky and slow and hit me like a brick. The guitars just jump everywhere. And again, it's just very sorrowful. From the heart, Ozzy's singing. So good. Number 12 is Wheels of Confusion from Volume 4. Now, this one, I find it very beautiful. But it's not a ballad, it's not anything like that. It's just your standard, Black Sabbath rocking, or Black Sabbath rocker. But especially near the end, once all of these layers of sound just go on top of each other, it's just like this kind of mini universe just expanding more and more around me the more I listen to it. And it just adds more and more guitar solos, more notes, and whatever combination of chords they're using. God, it's such a great euphoria point to me, and I never want it to end, and I just want it to keep getting louder and louder and louder. And it's just like Black Sabbath was so good at exploring new territory in their music like that, discovering different ways to convey emotion in something south of just peaceful. And I think this time they turn it on its head. Instead of being very doom and gloom, it's just very like, oh my gosh. It's like doing drugs, which I'm sure they were doing when they made the song. Number 11 is Solitude from Master of Reality. Solitude? God, I love this song. It's just so fucking beautiful. It's got Tony Iommi on the flute. No drums, just this very quiet, peaceful, humming melody, almost like a lullaby, that can put you to sleep, yet make you cry, and that's what Black Sabbath is just so good at. They can fucking choke me to death, and they can also cuddle me to sleep at the same time. And this song is equally as well written as anything else they've made. Just beautiful track. Number 10 is Under the Sun from Volume 4. Now, this one, it's just so nihilistic. It's like this atheist anthem where he's like, I don't believe in Jesus, I don't believe in Satan, I don't believe in anything. I just want to do what I want to do without any consequence. It's like a libertarian anthem. I don't fucking know. But regardless, I think Gojira's performance of this, and of course, back to the beginning, Reunion, demonstrates how genius they were at writing something so heavy at that time. How the hell did this come out in 1971? This is insane. As far as any of their early stuff, that first minute or two is the heaviest thing that they wrote in the Ozzy period, without a doubt. And of course, all the other riffs throughout are just, God, they hit all the right spots. Stylistically, lyrically, musically, everything just hits it out of the park for me. Number 9 is Headless Cross from Headless Cross by Tony Martin again. Now, this one is very similar to Heaven and Hell with Ronnie James Dio. But as I said, I can't stand Ronnie James Dio. This one does the same thing. It's just really just grandiose ballad. But the way it's produced, the way it's sung, to even the album cover, that album cover, I feel like I'm in like a field somewhere, like 3 a.m. in total darkness, like miles away from any kind of recognizable whatever. I'm just tired, in a different state of mind, staring at this huge white cross that just goes 50 feet above my head, and these drums that hit like wind blowing against my face. And that's why I think it's just so good. There's a very like on Heaven and Hell, it's just, it feels like a goddamn comic book. But with this one, it just feels like I'm being dragged by the feet into the woods. It's amazing. And the lyrics, I think the way he even sings is more grandiose than Ronnie James Dio. But yeah, if you just want to hear a better version of Heaven and Hell, check out Headless Cross. Great ass song. Number 8 is Dirty Women from Technical Ecstasy. Now, I'm not actually talking about Technical Ecstasy. I'm talking about the Reunion version from the late 90s. And with that one, I don't know, it was more so in C sharp rather than I think it was in just E standard on the studio album. And the Reunion version, the intro riff, I don't know why more people don't talk about how just beautiful, just crushing, and people talk about like riffs like Iron Man and NIB, but Dirty Women, the intro is so good. Love the lyrical content. It's like he's just, I don't know, almost scared of like these like prostitutes. It's a really cool, unique approach to lyrics that I don't know, were different than the other stuff they did. But there's just so many different sections that again they just do so well. And again, it's just sad, but it's grooving and hits me over the head. Maybe this time with like a damn paddle or something on my asshole. That's basically what the song feels like. Number 7 is After Forever from Master of Reality. Now, this track is probably mostly nostalgia. I heard this when I was in middle school after downloading it off of youtube.com, and then I would go in like a tag editor and re-edit all the files. And I don't know, I think on an album like Master of Reality, where it's very doom and gloom, it's kind of interesting to have something that's more of just a straightforward rock, like a rocker. But, this song is very pro-Christian, which I can't support that, but I just think it's interesting because they were accused of being Satanists at that time. And so they were like, okay, let's talk about how much we love Jesus. And of course, you had Tony Iommi and Ozzy too, with the cross necklaces. What more can I say? Great drumming, great riffing. Yes. Number 6 is Anno Mundi from TYR. Now, TYR as an album sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But this song is like Headless Cross on steroids. It activates these imaginary, I don't even know if that's a word, imaginary points in my cortex that like take me to like Throbbing Gristle and Yoko Onoville. But Black Sabbath is doing it. And I think Tony Martin explores that fantasy realm that people like about Ronnie James Dio so much, but they just dismiss Tony Martin for whatever reason. But it's just like, I feel like I'm again just in a huge ancient building, and it's just slowly crumbling. It's these just riffs just tearing my insides. It's much different, of course, than early Black Sabbath, but it's equally as strong in the songwriting and musicality. Number 5, Killing Yourself to Live from the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Now, outside of the production on this album, which fucking sucks, I hate the production on this album. God, it's similar to what I was saying before. How the hell did this come out in the mid-70s? Not to mention the lyrics are so much more from a vulnerable state of mind. Black Sabbath were known for being some of the craziest, partiers, biggest drug takers, like I'm gonna light you on fire while you're like sleeping as a prank, LOL, kind of people. And here they are talking about how terrible drugs are. It's what Metallica did on Master of Puppets, but it was so ahead of its time, and it just shows a kind of self-awareness, and I just find that really interesting. Anal Cunt did a cover of this song, and it's like, dude, how did that come out like 1973? How did that come out in 1973? That's ridiculous. God, it's so heavy, so sorrowful, so from the insides. I love it. Number 4 is Wicked World from the debut. Unlike this one doesn't suffer from the bad production. I think the production on this is excellent. The bass hits me like, the drums just, I don't know. Guitar is just perfect. Those vocals, especially with it being the first album, being so fresh, and especially with them being, poor kids who just had to scrap up money for instruments in working class families, writing these songs about the injustices of the world. You wouldn't see Led Zeppelin doing that. People that were genuinely privileged in the, music world at that time, that had already had so many connections, who were, white and all right, and they could hear something like that. But Black Sabbath kids who understood where that came from, not knowing where your next paycheck was. I mean, remember, the value of the dollar back then compared to now, it was like, to still be struggling at that time, which obviously there were fucking plenty, but still, it just shows you something 50 years on, still being accurate. Geniuses. And of course, even just the middle space ambient reverse delay Tony Iommi solo is just so cool. So cool. I absolutely love it. Not much more I can say. Just fantastic. Number 3 is War Pigs, one of the greatest rock songs ever written, with possibly the greatest rock groove of all time in that verse. My god, it's just 2 notes with that octave jump, you know. It again shows the dynamics so well. It's a very funky track, very jazz-based track. There's so many different. It's like even the drums are like their own section, and it fits beautifully. It's like classical music, like just this example that people learn on later. They're like, this is who did it right. This is who you should learn from. The structure of this song, beginning to end, you couldn't do it better if you tried. And of course, the lyrics too are just so from the heart. And you know, during the time of the Vietnam War, it's like you get fucking drafted. You know, you could worry about that fear so much. I mean, it's just so brave to just go and do that. Honestly, at that time. Just do it so triumphantly and so iconic, and not just buttle it down to some cheesy ass anti-war song. No, they took the message and made it just one of the greatest things ever written. Number 2 is Into the Void for Master of Reality. Now, no wonder that, you know, like James Hetfield, Eddie Van Halen, this is like their favorite guitar riff ever. It's a pretty damn good one to choose. But like I was saying with Under the Sun, with how the first minute is so heavy, this whole song is like I'm being like forced into a giant cheese grater. How did they make this in like 1971? And of course, this was like one of the first songs that they lowered the guitar for. What a great idea that was. Just hitting that octave, you know, Black Sabbath was so good at doing that, making something so simple sound like $1,000,000. And the lyrics are almost a step up from the stuff I just mentioned earlier. You know, it's like the earth is so fucking bad from pollution. We gotta go outside the earth to even continue surviving. And we'll probably be there pretty soon, honestly. But it's kind of what War Pigs does, but just a little bit stronger. However, it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in, you know, whether I want to listen to either track. But when I was younger, this was always my favorite. However, there's one that I just have to put above it. That's Zero the Hero from Born Again. Yes, Zero the Hero from Born Again is my number 1. I know, crazy. It's not like it's Paranoid. It's not Iron Man. It's not Children of the Grave. William Bennett of White House. He loves that song. Just saying. Cool trivia for you. Same with Fairies Wear Boots. Great song also. But Zero the Hero, I don't know. It's the culmination of Black Sabbath's musical, lyrical, purpose, philosophy, everything. Like, it's just like, I am a lazy sack of shit. I'm gonna fucking die. And do I care? I don't even know. I don't. It's just like I'm being forcibly like drowned is what the whole song sounds like, and I love that. It is their heaviest song without a doubt. No doubt in my mind why like Cannibal Corpse would cover that. And I think their instrumentation is even better, the production is even better. You know, vocals, I really wish I could have heard like Ozzy sing on this. That would have been really fucking cool. Who knows, maybe someone could do like an Ozzy impression over this. Like a, I don't know, like a backing track that someone would cover. That'd be pretty cool. And well, I could keep praising this song over and over and over again. And while I think Ian's vocals on the track, on the studio version are okay, I will tell you that the live versions of this that you can find, a lot of them suck. This is the guy that sang Smoke on the Water. But like, he'll just do these stupid fucking like Deep Purple ad-libs. I can't even do it right now. It's people sleeping, but you know, like doing that crap before like Zero the Hero, and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up, I want to be like slowly like pummeled into oblivion through music, dude. Why you gotta do this to me? Why you gotta do this to me? You going why? But Well, that being said, that is my list. Zero the Hero is my favorite groove, and I just think it exemplifies Black Sabbath more so than anything they've ever done. It's a shame because the rest of the album is not fantastic. I like, what is it, Disturbing the Priest and Digital Bitch. I had a friend, and remember when I was in middle school, he's a big rock nut, and I don't know if I was talking about Born Again or what have you. Um, I think I like showed him the album cover or something, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Born Again," and he was like, "That's that one with that stupid Digital Bitch song, isn't it?" I'm like, "I like that song." I think Digital Bitch is a good song. Not going in my top 10 any day soon, but it's a good track. It's also Lars Ulrich's favorite Black Sabbath album, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's my top 15 list. Hopefully, people enjoy hearing me up. And I'll try to make more videos soon. In secret, I have been off of the sweet leaf. Had such a shitty day. I had to get down with that shit. Down with the green Sabbath. That's why I'm a little zany. But we remember, kids, smoke weed, listen to Black Sabbath, kill everyone that you hate, and listen to Zero the Hero over and over and over and over and over again in your car on the loudest possible volume. Alright guys, I hope you like this video. Sorry that my head's weird too. I have fucking joint problems. Fucking weed, fucking joint problems. Yeah, I got joint problems. Alright, that's enough.